Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Adam, thanks for hanging out with me again today. And on today's video, we're going to be taking the DTO2 Super Fighter G out on the track with the RC8X controller and the gyro capable, or the gyro enabled receiver in it. This is the R6FG receiver in here. I didn't put the 8 channel in here just because it doesn't need 8 channels. I'm going to save that one for something that needs lights and winches and all that stuff to where I can utilize those 8 channels much better than this. Originally I had planned on doing a head-to-head, well, kind of head-to-head. It really wasn't going to be apples to apples because same chassis, but hard body versus Lexan body, different tires, different motor, all that stuff. So one of the viewers said, Adam, you can turn the gyro on and off so you don't have to run 2 different vehicles. And I was like, whoa. And he was right. You can just basically just turn it off with the radio and run it gyro free, and then I can start cranking up the gyro to see how well it does to help out keep it a little bit more stable. Now on my little track, it's very rough and bumpy. I know it doesn't look like it on camera, but there's molehills and lumps and divots and clods and all kinds of stuff out there, so it is kind of rough. You know, the gyro would definitely help in like a 4-wheel drive vehicle drifting, 2-wheel drive vehicle drifting, stuff like that, but I'm hopeful that this will help it tame it down by, you know, having a quicker reaction time than I do to do some counter steer to it. Thanks so much to RadioLink for sending over this radio so far. I've loved every minute of having it. I still need to get some more of the voice control stuff figured out. Well, not voice control, voice reminders and stuff like that. I've been trying to play around with it and get some custom stuff done, but didn't like the way it worked out. So I'm still playing with it. There's a lot to learn with this thing, but overall it's very intuitive, and you know, navigating through it and setting up a car is a breeze. I really love it. All right, so we've got the receiver into the gyro mode. So when you first initialize it, it's going to be off. The light's going to be green. You have to press the little bind button 3 times really fast to change the mode. Once you enable gyro mode on PWM, it'll go to a red light on there. So we now have it, the gyro enabled onto the receiver, but right now nothing, because I've got the gain turned down to 0 on the radio. So quickly, with the little dial on the very front of the radio, I can turn it up to 50%. So now you can see there's a little bit of steering input when we shake the car. Now at 100%, you know, it really jumps in there and takes over. So what we'll do is we're going to run it without first, then I'll crank it up to about 50% to see how that does, and then we might take it up to 75% to see how that does. But 100%, it's very twitchy, and I think it's going to be almost hard to get it to turn. So let me get it set up on the track, and then I'll get you guys out there, and you guys can see what it does. All right, guys, real quick wrap up. The gyro makes a ton of difference. So this, to be fair, this was my first time out with this car with these tires. So it was very slick on the hard pack dirt, especially around the big sweeping curve. Without the gyro on, no matter how slow you went in there, as soon as you went to get on the throttle, it wanted to break the tires free and slide out. I adjusted it to 50%, and that got rid of most of that. Now, you can still get yourself in trouble by getting on too much gas, but it definitely helped you get into the throttle without kicking the rear end out. It would sense that the rear end wanted to step out, and it would put a slight bit of turn in there. And I think the first or second lap, I actually was able to basically almost drift that entire corner at 50%. 75%, it helped a little bit more in the control department, but I did notice there was a big difference between not having it on and turning on the carpet, and then 50% and turning on the carpet. You didn't have that really sharp turn in. I'm assuming the gyro is sensing, whoa, what are we doing? There's so much, lateral force in that turn that it's softening up your turn radius. And that amplified it at 75%. So on the dirt, it did help, keep the rear end from skating out. But on the carpet, it made it really, really hard to get around that inside turn because it made it such a wide sweep. So I dialed it back to 40% for the gyro gain, and that was kind of the sweet spot. It still helped keep the rear ends from sliding out on the dirt, but it also gave me a much tighter turn and more confidence on that inside corner, because I was having to take that inside corner really slow because it was such a wide turn. Anyway, guys, being able to adjust on the radio is super nice. All you do is you can technically do it while you're driving. I'm not that coordinated, but pause for a second, turn your dial, run a lap or two, see how it goes, turn your dial, and then you can dial that in super quick to, be able to get some decent laps around the track. Can't say enough about this radio. I really, really enjoyed this radio so far. Now, I haven't done extensive testing. I haven't done a range test with it yet. And I still have not had a chance to get to the FPV part, which that is part 3 coming up. So, stay tuned for that. But right now, I'm really enjoying this radio. The gyro effect really helps out the stability of the car, especially in something like two-wheel drive where that rear end wants to be first all the time. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Ask me anything down below in the comments if you have any questions. So, of course, if you have any technical questions, something that may be over my head probably, you can feel free to go down to the links in the description below to RadioLink's website. They have a whole lot of technical data explaining the radio, the gyros. They have the manuals for all that stuff, so that should explain any of the technical questions you have. Anyway, guys, as always, everybody be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you on the next one. See you guys.